a poltergeist attacks a family of farmers from Ukraine. It all started when they moved into a new house. Who is really terrorizing the family? Welcome to the channel of true investigations conducted by psychics, people with supernatural abilities who can see and feel what other people can't. In this episode, they'll be investigating the reasons behind mysterious events in the life of Nadia Voitenko from Ukraine. She claims the murderer from beyond is trying to drag her to the netherworld.
I fear for my life and the lives of my dear people and my children.
Nadia is 47. She has a big family, a husband, and 2 married sons. They recently finished building a house and settled there. But on their first night there, they heard awful sounds that made their blood run cold.
We heard this howling. I can't even tell you what a terrible night we had.
The neighbor who frequents the house also heard the scary noises.
It's like, it howls. Ooh, something like this. It's horrible. It didn't happen just once.
Apart from this, the people also hear somebody's steps in the house.
It's like stomp, 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 but there's nobody around.
Soon afterward, the supernatural power began leaving strange marks on the windows and walls.
It left the marks that looked like huge hands. Like they're going downward.
But the evil spirit soon went from mere frightening to posing real danger to the people's lives.
It's so hard to even think of that evening, that I can't even articulate it all.
She remembers that she was busy doing housework. The next thing she recalls is that she was in the attic with a slipknot around her neck.
I came to when I heard shouting, "Mom, Mom, Mom." I pulled myself together and thought, what am I doing here? What?
Her son and his wife came back home after visiting their friends, but somehow they couldn't enter the house.
The door wasn't locked, but he couldn't open it.
Even the door handle broke.
It's like someone was holding it, some invisible force. Yes, it was holding the door from the other side and didn't want to let my son in the house, so he wouldn't find me.
Nadia has no idea how she ended up in the slipknot. The only thing she remembers is that she was controlled by some kind of force.
It was like a voice was telling me what to do, and I was doing what it was ordering me to do.
The woman began worrying that she'd developed mental problems. However, the psychiatrist argues she has no mental deviations.
The patient shows no mental disorders. She's not depressed, she doesn't hallucinate, and she has no anxiety disorders. I'm afraid I can't provide explanations for what's going on or the reasons behind her behavior.
The family thinks the former plot owner is trying to kill them, as they had his old house ruined after they purchased the plot of land. However, they can't sell the house since the land also hosts a farm in which the family has invested a lot of work and effort.
We would like the psychics to come visit us and try to help us.
Please help us. I want Olena Kurilova to come. I really want her to come see us. I know she can help us.
Our project's regular experts, clairvoyant Olena Kurilova and witch Zhana Shulakova, took up the case.
Zhana, I had a strange dream last night. A woman was holding out a book to me. I opened it and saw a blank page inside, and it read in the middle of it, "Find her death." Then the book started burning suddenly.
Is it supposed to mean Nadia's death, or the death itself?
I can't be sure yet.
Let me consult my cards. It doesn't make any sense. A child, a girl, and a knife. Who can this girl with the knife be?
What kind of force could be chasing this family? Reveal yourself.
What happened?
You look at the road.
Oh my God, what is it? A wolf?
I was driving along the empty road. Then the wolf ran onto the road. I hit the brake, but we lost the tire.
Where is it? It's like it evaporated. Are you sure it's nowhere near?
It's nowhere near. It wasn't a wolf. It was the force you'd summoned.
They were lucky the van didn't overturn. After the tire was changed, the psychics made it to Nadia's house in half an hour.
Do you see it?
What is this?
Look, there's blood everywhere.
What, is it possible someone was murdered here?
Nadia and her daughters-in-law come out to greet the psychics. Her husband and their sons are at work, as usual.
It's so good to see you here.
Thank you for coming to visit us. It really matters a lot to us.
We have a question to ask. Was anybody ever killed on this street?
No, nothing like this has ever happened.
It's weird. Could we enter the property?
Of course, please.
Elena, I'm going to walk around for a while. I hope you don't mind.
Let me examine you, Nadia. Wow, no way. Do you feel this cold breathing?
I feel it. I feel the cold on my feet. It's crawling up my legs.
Give me your hand. The cradle is empty. Your daughter is supposed to be in it. The elder daughter-in-law, right? And you're supposed to be the younger one, aren't you? How long have you been married?
Almost 6 years.
We've been together for over 4 years.
You haven't been pregnant either. I felt the force wasn't only trying to kill Nadia, but it was also preventing a new generation from appearing in their family.
Can I wash my hands? I was touching the ground, but I need to work with the cards.
Over there. You can wash your hands there.
Let's go inside all together. We need to work in the house. It feels like it's all covered in black tar. This is some kind of serious necrotic energy. It means it comes from a dead body.
Especially considering nobody has ever died in the house, you see?
It's true. The house is new, so nobody has died in it.
Wait up. I'm being led. Something was dragging me into the next room. The powerful necrotic energy was emanating from it. But no sooner had I headed for it when Jana called me. She saw something strange in the window.
Where has it gone? I was looking out of the window and... Do you see that white fence? I thought there was a wolf there.
This is madness. On our way here, we almost had a crash, to be honest.
Thank God we were lucky to stay alive. The van's tire got torn, so it had to be changed.
The driver slammed the brakes suddenly because there was something standing in front of the van. It looked like a wolf.
We were going to Odessa. It was on Spas, if I'm not wrong. And something huge ran onto the road. It was something like a dog, something hairy, and it appeared right in front of our wheels. But my husband still reacted and turned the car. We ended up in the oncoming lane. Had there been a car in it, we would have crashed.
It is the force that's haunting you. Have you seen it around the house?
I've seen it too.
You saw that?
Over there?
I didn't quite get it at first, but then it quickly jumped over the fence and was gone. It moves by leaping like this.
An entity that could change into absolutely different shapes was threatening this family. It left prints on the wall, or haunted them as a dog or a wolf. Nadia, it's got something to do with you.
The psychics were taken by surprise when the entity emerged, and they went aside to talk in private.
Why won't she mention the blood? You won't find pools of blood in front of every house.
And the girl with the knife that your card showed. What if it's somehow connected with her?
I don't like the blood. Let's go back and ask her directly, and that's it. Do you see? The ground is flooded with blood all over. Where's the blood from?
On the second day of Easter, somebody splashed the house with blood.
And it was last year. There were spots of blood from here and up to the pavement, and they were huge.
Splashing blood on a religious holiday is a great jinx. It's probable that, together with the jinx, someone summoned the entity that haunts the family.
Whose blood is this? Is it human blood?
It's animal blood. It was charmed.
It was done by a woman, definitely. A woman did it.
But why would anybody do it? To ruin the family, to make them fall out, to ignite bloody fights among them.
Before you got spilled with the blood and now? Has the attitude toward you changed? Like your husband's attitude?
There are rows all the time.
And you were raised a hand against.
Yes.
By someone you love, weren't you?
Yes.
Though it hadn't happened before, he'd adored you, saying, "My princess, my queen."
Yes. It's right. Elena felt very precisely and clearly how tenderly he used to call me. He loved me so much that, well, he loved me a lot.
Oh God. Why is the distance here so huge?
Because I'm from Siberia. I met my husband in Siberia. He went there to work, and he began courting me immediately. He said he fell in love with me at first sight.
A month later, Nadia and Ryhori married and came to live in Ukraine, where the man is from.
It wasn't easy for me to leave my home, but for my husband and for the love we had, because I loved him madly, I did it. And I left my home, my parents, and all my relatives. We're always together, and we've lived together for 27 years already.
But then it changed drastically, didn't it?
Yes.
His eyes became like glassy. When he walks, it feels like he's about to come through you, like he's looking through you.
Yes. It's all true.
It's the effect of magic.
Unfortunately, he lost those feelings. But I still have them.
The discord in her family is a hard challenge for Nadia. Her husband and her sons are everything she has.
I've devoted my life to them. I've given them everything.
Have you seen who could be doing it? Like any silhouettes?
There are 2 cameras over here.
The security cameras didn't notice anybody trespassing on the farm's territory. But when the women watched the recording, they saw some figures spilling blood at their fence.
I have it on my phone.
Let me see it. All right, quiet.
Look, they're definitely women.
Here they are standing.
Zana, where are you going?
Come on, let me show you something. No, it's not it. No, over here. Hello, I'd like to speak to you. My question may sound weird, but I came here from their house, led by the pendulum. What were you doing at Nadia's fence? I'm sure you know her, don't you? On the Easter night, you spilled blood there.
God forbid.
It was done by 2 people who came there from this direction. Me and Jana identified this house.
I don't do such things. Never.
Does anybody else live with you?
I have a daughter, but she works in Kiev, and she lives there.
Olesha used to cook for our farm mechanics. To put it simply, she was our cook.
Later, Nadia's daughters-in-law took up the cooking for the farm staff, and this woman's daughter was offered a different job, but Olesya refused.
Olesya left us offended.
I've never done it to anybody. I've never done it to anybody in the village.
Listen to what the people say. They argue that you do it.
Everybody in the village says it.
They say she can bring different stuff at night.
I had dead water spilled on the road.
I found a knife, a frog, and a rat.
There's no law that would ban the use of magic. There's none. But there's the law up there. God's justice. Let's go get rid of this thing that's ruining the family.
The psychics conducted a ritual to break the spell that caused the discord in the family. But in the meantime, they felt that the mysterious entity that haunts Nadia was not connected with the neighbor.
Jana, we overlooked something. Where did I feel the entity last time? Let's try to recall it. I was close, very near. It's in the house.
After I said it was in the house, thunder rolled.
The moment I felt the necrotic energy in the house, Jana saw the wolf through the window. The entity was trying to distract us from something very important. I need to get inside the house. Over here, over here. It's right here. It's here. What's this?
It's mine, it's mine.
Take it and let's go outside. The ordinary purse was radiating such powerful negative energy that I became petrified.
What have you found?
It's inside her purse. There's some kind of death inside.
Death? The closer we approached the thing that was hidden in the purse, the worse the weather got. A real downpour began outside.
What's this? A knife in an ordinary purse?
Why do you carry the knife in your purse?
This knife is dear to me, Elena.
It's hot. It's really hot. Here, touch it.
I don't take such things with my hands.
Do you practice black magic?
God forbid.
This isn't an ordinary knife. Where is it from?
I took it from my grandma. This is why it's so dear to me.
It turned out the woman treated the knife as an amulet and therefore carried it around in her purse so it would always accompany her.
It used to belong to your grandma, you say.
It's wrapped in death.
What amulet?
What amulet? I'd never seen anything like this. The knife Nadia used to carry around with her was wrapped in death. I see your grandmother. She's mumbling something and burning some herbs. It's a kind of bundle of some grass she's waving.
She used to speak to ghosts.
The magic isn't Slavic.
The thing is that my lineage is from the Chuvash people.
But the Chuvash, so you're a Chuvash. Then it must be a shamanistic ritual, or what else could it be?
Yes, I had a shaman in my family.
And she was very powerful. What was her name?
Theodosia, Fedis they called her. She lived for 96 years. She knew how to lift any kind of evil spell.
But if her grandma helped people, then how come Nadia inherited this deadly artifact from her?
Tell me, did she happen to have some book?
Grandma told me about some book. It wrote about different animals, and it contained hieroglyphs, and you had to learn that language.
It was a book of shamanistic spells.
It's burning. The book is burning.
Exactly. It was a powerful book, and it burnt.
Before Nadia's family moved from Chuvashia to Siberia, there was a fire in their house in which the ancient tome burned.
I had a dream about a woman. She was offering me a book. I opened it and saw blank pages with the only inscription, "Find her death." It turns out it was Nadia's grandmother.
So here it is. We found it. The death is on the knife. Suddenly, I saw Nadia clearly, as if she were balancing between life and death. It happens to people who are in a coma or have had a clinical death.
Yes. I died once. I experienced clinical death when I was 4.
As a young girl, Nadia caught meningitis and barely survived.
Mom told me I'd even bitten my tongue and was all bluish.
But Grandma came up to you and knelt, and she was cutting with this exact knife, mumbling something. And then you suddenly shouted out, "That's what you did. Your soul re-entered your body, you see."
Wait, the knife. Right, do you remember when I told you I'd had a little girl with a knife? It was you who I saw, the little girl with the knife. Such things are supposed to be buried afterward.
Yes. My nephew says he found it in the garden. It was 2 years ago.
And it all started 2 years ago. Your grandma buried it, but you unearthed it. She brought the entity together with the knife. She brought it into her own house.
I was too late to see Grandma alive. I couldn't come before she died. She'd been dying for 2 months, waiting for me all that time.
Your grandmother is a pure-hearted person. She loves you a lot. But this magic is preventing your grandchildren from entering this world.
If it's the magic that won't let them in, I think it's better to dispose of the knife.
Nadia hates the idea of throwing the knife away. It's her only memory of her grandmother, whom she loved so much.
It must be cleared.
Okay, in this salt and in this wax, it has to spend 40 days.
And after that, you can clean it, wash it, and polish it. You can do anything with it.
Do you mean after we clear it now, it's going to be okay?
The knife will bring good. It's going to cut the bonds that have been restraining your family.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is unbelievable. The relic that Nadia believed was her family amulet was actually ruining her family. How many things like that can be found around us? A cursed doll and a sinister entity with eyes of different colors. Don't miss out. The psychics will expose a woman who called a child to a cemetery to conduct a bloody ritual. Lilia Tretiak from Ukraine asked the psychics for help. She and her husband, Serhiy, raise a daughter, Sasha, and a son, Stepan. Lilia fears for their lives, as her family members have been dying one by one. First was her grandma, and then her mother and father, both at the age of only 42. The deaths occurred within a year. The woman thinks the reason for that is the cursed doll that was once hidden in the foundation of her parents' house.
For some reason, my grandma didn't pay the people who did the construction. People say that the builders put the cursed doll in the foundation to punish her for not paying them.
Several years after the case, Lilia's grandmother died under mysterious circumstances. She froze to death on the outskirts of the village. After that, Lilia's parents moved into the house. Soon afterward, her mother chalked on SO. The official reason is the chimney wasn't functioning properly.
My brother and I arrived and saw Mom lying dead. I felt so sorry for her.
And then, in the same house, Lilia's father was beaten to death by a local man who came to borrow money from him.
He died from pain shock.
After her father's funeral, Lilia stayed in the family house for the night, and something utterly strange happened there.
Something woke me up in the middle of the night.
Lilia heard weird squeaking. When she turned out the night light, she saw a real nightmare in the mirror.
There was a snake in the mirror.
And then a chest appeared in it, and inside it held 2 severed human heads.
My and my brother's heads, blindfolded with black strips of cloth.
When Lilia came back home the following day, she felt somebody standing by her bed at night.
I had a feeling of being touched by somebody, but there was nobody next to me.
And the next moment, Lilia, her terrifying words.
A male voice said, "I am here. You just can't see me. I'll show you where I am."
Then a toy car rode out of her children's room by itself, circled the room, and hit a leg of the table.
I heard the car bang on the table leg, but when I checked on my children, they were sleeping.
The young mother soon realized that it was a warning. Next day, Lilia and her husband and children were going to the town by car. Suddenly, a road sign that hung above the road fell on the car. It was torn off by the strong wind.
The road sign fell on the hood and split it open. We got terrified.
And a few days later, Lilia had a bad nightmare.
In the dream, I was walking around a cemetery. There was a grave there, but I couldn't get whose it was.
Lilia says that in that dream, she realized the grave was fresh, and then she saw all her relatives crying around it. Suddenly, she heard a child scream through the dream.
"Mommy, mommy, mommy, help!"
When Lilia opened her eyes, she saw her son standing next to her bed with blood on his face. It turned out the boy had had a nightmare, too. He woke up and ran to his mother, but running, he hit his forehead on the door frame.
He hurt an eyebrow. The wound was nasty, so he was screaming and crying loudly.
Little Stepan said he'd seen an awful man with his eyes of different colors in his dream, and even after he woke up, he saw the terrible stranger in reality.
I saw those large eyes. One was blue and the other was black.
Soon, the woman saw the strange man from the netherworld in her bedroom. He was whispering ominous words to Lilia. "I am going to kill you and all of your family." Lilia didn't know where to run or whom to ask help from, but her late mother told her what to do.
I saw Mom in my dreams twice. She said, "Go to psychics. Don't hesitate and do it, or you'll die soon."
Our psychics, Rubina Tsibulska and Yaroslava Fedorova, answered Lilia's call for help.
I'm not sure if it's because of the doll. I paid attention to the photo of the father.
Lilia's father?
Yes. And I had a vision of a young man from the other world standing next to the father. His eyes are different in color. And he repeats, "Kill her."
Do you mean some entity is making Lilia's father destroy his own family?
You see, in the vision, Lilia's father was still alive.
Who then did the entity order him to kill?
I don't know.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd like to thank you for coming. Help me, please. I first thought it was because of the doll hidden in the old house, but the house is uninhabited now.
I see something quite different now. 2 women. One of them is crying and shouting to the other one. If she's gone, he will come back to me.
It looks like some kind of love triangle.
Let's go and check the house in which the doll is. We've got to work there. The pendulum swinging.
The doll is here. Do you feel it?
The thread turned like this, like somebody's controlling it.
The doll wasn't made to cause death. Its purpose is to destroy the house.
I'm having another vision. The house is on fire.
Yes.
Lilia says a short circuit once happened in the house owing to a sudden power spike. The house burned to ashes. After that, it had to be rebuilt from scratch.
The doll, as the destruction charm left in the house's foundation by the builders, did its job. That was the manifestation of the curse.
Your grandma, mom, and dad's deaths have nothing to do with the doll.
Then what's happening to me?
Quiet.
It can't be. The curtain simply tore off and fell. But Lilia says there can't be anyone in the house. She's the only person to have the key.
I'm shocked.
Wait a minute. This is the same young man from the other world. All these deaths of your grandma, dad, and mom, as well as the danger to you, are coming from this young man from the netherworld.
Why is he haunting this family?
Open the house. I want to talk to him.
The curtain is torn off completely.
It's not a spirit. It's an entity. And it's very powerful.
I feel that this entity is provoking the deadly situations in which your family members find themselves. My God, it's so horrific. I see your father's body here. He was murdered right in this place.
Yes, right here.
The attacker was out of his mind, and his gaze was hazy. He punched and kicked your father with an inhuman force. It's like something took possession of him.
The man who murdered my father wasn't tall. He was much shorter than Dad. The court didn't believe at first that he could possibly do it because Dad was much stronger than him.
But suddenly, I heard eerie, really terrifying laughter from the next room. The entity is watching us from there.
This is where the mirror I told you about is.
The same one in which you saw the severed heads?
Yes.
When I tuned into the mirror, I saw Lilia's father in it. His face was contorted, and he was beating somebody and kicking them so hard, like he was going to kill them.
I think it's a woman. Who is she?
Mom.
Lilia, still remembers her and her brother always defend their mother from their father's terrible beatings all the time.
But your father wasn't always like that. I feel that initially he was a model family man.
Yes. Dad was always good to me and Mom. He loved her madly.
But I feel that with time, your father started feeling jealous of your mother. It began after he started going somewhere far away for a long time.
Yes, it really was so. He went to work abroad.
According to Lilia, every time her father returned from his trips, he began maniacally suspecting her mother of unfaithfulness, despite even the fact that there were absolutely no reasons for that.
Mom was home with us all the time. She simply had no time to go somewhere.
But somebody kept assuring your dad of the opposite. Like they were provoking him.
It was the young man with different eyes. He had been manipulating Lilia's father.
The entity in the appearance of the young man pushed the father to kill the mother, and I have a feeling he almost did it.
Yes. He was kicking her and we pulled him off her, but he wanted more, and he saw that Mom fell and couldn't get up, and she couldn't stand up the following day.
The man called an ambulance and told the doctors and everyone else in the family that his wife had fallen from a ladder. The woman was bedridden and couldn't take care of herself, let alone the little children.
Your father was supposed to look after you and your mother, but he seemed to not care at all.
Yes.
The man gave up work and started drinking heavily and spending nights out of home.
We cooked our own food and milked the cows.
This is so terrible. You stayed without the mother.
And without the father, though they were both alive.
While I'm here, I feel dizzy. Can we go outside?
A woman. Do you see her? She's a mother, and she's furious at somebody because of her child.
Wait. My child, you hurt my child. Because of you, my son is not like everyone else. The woman is shouting out these words to you.
That's my brother's wife.
Your brother's wife?
Yes. She has a son, but he has a problem with his lip.
As it turned out, Lilia's nephew was born with a cleft lip.
But why does his mother claim it's your fault?
It's your fault. You cursed him, I said. I never did anything bad to anybody and don't want to. I never cursed him.
But what made her think so?
I said I was worried about their baby being healthy when he was born, and they misunderstood me, but it's not my fault.
You're not telling us something else.
There's a conflict.
It's somehow connected with your husband. You were jealous because you thought he was attracted to her, weren't you?
Yes, for some time. We lived in a rented apartment, and she was a student back then and stayed with us.
Where was your brother?
He was in the army and served in Donbass.
It turned out the brother's wife is an orphan and had no accommodation of her own. So, for the 2 years, while Lilia's brother was in the army, she offered his wife to stay with her family.
Why the jealousy then?
I noticed that my husband started acting strange when she was around.
Lilia claims that at some moment, she noticed that her brother's wife started dressing up a lot, and her husband complimented her.
And you suspected that they had an affair.
Yes, I thought so, and I told her to move out so we would not quarrel anymore.
It seems like that woman has enough reasons to hate you. Could she have possibly put a spell on you?
We must see her.
It turned out that the woman's name is Svetlana. She and her husband live in the next village.
Svetlana, we would like to talk to you.
We don't speak to each other at all.
Could you please explain the thing I see? You're walking. It's cold, but you're pregnant. And you feel a great grudge.
I was in a car with Lilia and her husband, Serhiy, and we kept arguing. I couldn't listen to it all anymore.
Svetlana says that Lilia couldn't calm down because of her suspicions of the affair her husband and Svetlana presumably had, even in spite of the fact that Svetlana and her husband had been living separately for a long time.
Lilia, I feel that you told pregnant Svetlana get out of the car and walk away.
I was really mad. She simply happened to be there at that moment, so I told her to get out and walk.
Svetlana says that she was left in the middle of a field, and so, pregnant, she had to walk several kilometers home through snow.
Why did you quarrel?
Because of the jealousy.
I never had anything with Serhiy.
I asked the cards if Svetlana really had an affair with your husband, and they told me it never happened. And the most important thing is that neither of you has ever done any magic or other harm to the other. It never happened either.
There only was the quarrel, and it was ungrounded. It's time for you to reconcile.
Forgive me for treating you like that. I'm happy we've clarified it. The burden that's been there for 5 years is finally off.
I'm happy the conflict is over.
An otherworldly entity is haunting you and your brother.
My mirror is showing me that he tried to commit suicide.
Yes, more than once.
Svilana says that her husband has tried to kill himself a few times in the middle of the night, and that then he looked entranced.
The same otherworldly entity is controlling him. But who summoned it? Suddenly, I had an idea. What if we asked the spirit of Lilia's mother for help? All in all, it was she who told her daughter to ask us for help when she visited her in her dream. What was your mother's name?
Oksana.
Oksana, come and help your daughter. Your mom is here. She's embracing you.
Yes, I feel her from behind. It's like somebody's holding me like this.
You can talk to her.
Mom. Mom, I love you so much.
She says she's always with you.
Mom, please help me. Help me find the way out of this, please.
She tells you to go to the cemetery where your relatives are buried.
The clairvoyants arrive at the cemetery. However, Yaroslava Fedorova abruptly stops.
I feel blood has been spilled here.
Human blood?
No. It was animal blood, though it was supposed to be a child's blood. It was done to summon the entity first, and then bind it.
Bind it to Lilia's family.
Yes, a blood ritual.
I feel that it was done out of powerful love. And now my mirror is showing me 2 women. One of them is crying and shouting to the other, if she's gone, he'll return to me. A woman was afraid of losing a man who was much younger than her. Who could it be? My God, it's your father.
Wait, did your father have a mistress who was much older than he was?
Who was this woman? Where do we find her?
The woman is gone, and the only way to talk to her is to summon her spirit. Let me do it.
It's unbelievable. The gate next to the clairvoyance has opened itself. What is that supposed to mean?
My heart, it sank.
She's here. That woman's here. She's 50. Her eyes are bright and look very much like yours.
Grandma.
Why did she ask you who you loved more, Mom or Dad?
She simply didn't want Mom and Dad to live together. Grandma Halia didn't like Mom because Mom was an orphan. They quarreled often, so whenever we went to visit Grandma, we went there without Mom.
And then it dawned on me. Lilia's grandmother summoned the entity to rid herself of her daughter-in-law. She held the belief that her daughter-in-law had taken her beloved son from her.
This is what she's saying. Because of her, this orphan, he works too hard and even goes abroad to work more. I don't see him for months.
Yes.
Your grandmother loved your father very much.
He was the youngest, and she paid him the most attention. It was so obvious.
The mother was sure that if she got rid of her daughter-in-law, she would do a favor for her son. She thought that his young wife had spoiled his life.
Yaroslava, you mentioned a child's blood that was supposed to be spilled here. Lilia, it was supposed to be your blood. I feel that your grandmother invited you to participate in the ritual.
Well, she offered me. She said, "Come with me to the cemetery. I need to get rid of your mother." She needed to find a grave with the name Oksana written on it and do something on it. And she said she needed help from one of the children, Mom's blood relatives. So I went to tell Dad.
When Lilia's father found out about that, he immediately went to his mother's and started a scandal. After that, he didn't speak to her for almost 3 months.
But Lilia's grandmother eventually carried out the ritual, with animal blood though.
A woman helped her. The woman practiced magic.
It was her friend Nina. She read fortune using cards and knew some things.
Your grandmother and her friend summoned the entity at the cemetery, paid it a ransom, and thought they had a deal with it.
But it's impossible to have a deal with dark forces. They always play by their own rules.
The entity was taking Lilia's family members one by one. And it started its hunt with those who carried out the ritual, Lilia's grandmother and her friend. The fortune teller that helped your grandmother died too.
She froze to death. Just like Grandma, on the road.
Only then did the entity fulfill its order and kill the daughter-in-law. But how? Through the son, whose life the mother was so concerned about.
Your grandmother is crying. She wishes it had been different. She believed that your father deserved somebody better.
I'm speechless. I want this otherworldly entity to leave me and my family alone.
We need to detach the entity from you and your family, and then send it to the netherworld. He's behind you. I see him.
Go away. Leave me alone.
Quiet, quiet. It was a sign. He's gone now. We must close the portal. Now, you and your family are safe.
Thank you so much.
We are deeply grateful for your time.
Take care of yourselves.
What a terrible nightmare it is. The mother's maniacal love for her son resulted in a series of deaths in the family. A mysterious ghost with a pendulum is haunting a young woman. Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover a deadly love secret. Nobody has seen this beautiful woman smiling in a long time. 35-year-old Marta Konovalova from Ukraine is terrified, claiming that the ghost of her late husband, whom she, getting too emotional, cursed once during a quarrel, is out to kill her. The man suddenly died soon after the scandal.
It's all my fault.
Marta and Victor loved each other deeply. They raised 2 children and shared a close bond, always interested in each other's work.
He owned a business, and I always helped him with everything.
However, their relationship soured due to her husband's unfounded jealousy.
His jealousy became unbearable. The distrust and aggression started.
Marta was 15 years younger than Victor, and so he feared losing her. But at some point, her husband's jealousy reached absurd levels.
I wasn't allowed to wear heels or dresses. Anytime I did it, it would trigger jealousy and arguments.
But their final conflict came as a true shock for Marta.
He slapped me. I didn't know where to go or what to do.
Marta had had enough. She ran out of the apartment, broke down in tears outside, and in despair, wished her husband dead.
I said, "Lord, please take him because I can't stand it anymore."
The next day, the devastated woman took her children and went to live with her mother. And after a while, Victor unexpectedly passed away. The man, just in his early 40s, suddenly suffered a stroke.
An ambulance took him. Then his parents called to say he was gone. I was deeply shocked.
Marta was inconsolable, for despite the hurt, she still loved her husband. Besides, his death was quite peculiar, as Victor had never complained about his health.
Nothing ever bothered him. I've got no clue why it happened.
Marta barely remembers how she got through her husband's funeral, but the night afterward, the man's spirit appeared to Marta in a dream and told her to join him in the afterlife.
He was calling me, but I said, no, it's too soon for me to go there.
What's even worse, the following morning, Marta nearly died on her way to work.
I was at the pedestrian crossing, and I saw the green light in front of me, but a woman behind me grabbed me and said, "Don't you see it's the red light?" I said, "No."
The stranger at the crossing actually saved her life, for at that very moment, a huge truck sped down the road.
Had I taken just one step, I wouldn't be here now. I felt like in a daze. It was something like a trance.
Marta's daughter, 16-year-old Irina, can't hold back tears at the thought of almost losing her mother that day.
Nobody could ever replace me, Mom.
And soon, Marta's late husband appeared in her dream again. He glared at her, making the same gesture over and over.
He kept pointing at his arm.
Imagine the terror Marta felt when, the next day, her daughter accidentally fell in the yard and broke her arm.
She injured it so badly that her wrist was completely dislocated.
It was shocking.
But just as her daughter's arm healed, Victor appeared in another dream, pointing at Marta's head, and a few days later, her 13-year-old son, Sasha, suffered a terrible head injury.
He went to the supermarket to buy something, and there he slipped on the wet tiles and hit his head on the back of his skull.
The boy barely made it home.
He couldn't stand up, and half of his body went numb. I immediately called an ambulance. He spent 2 days in the intensive care. They said he had a brain hemorrhage from the impact, and it could have been fatal.
Marta is certain the dreams and her children's accidents weren't coincidences. She believes Victor is trying to avenge on her from the afterlife.
My children are everything to me.
But if, at the beginning, Marta's late husband only appeared in her dreams, now she claims he has been manifesting physically lately.
I walked into the room and saw a black silhouette in the corner. It scared me to death.
Soon, Marta's children also began seeing the ghost.
A black silhouette, about 1.8 meters tall. I didn't see his face. It was terrifying.
Marta doesn't see his face either, but her late husband was the same height, so she's convinced it's him.
I saw him in a suit and white shirt, just like he was buried. I got goosebumps.
Marta is terrified for herself and her children and doesn't know where to turn for help. The psychics are her only hope. Olena Kurilova and Jana Shulakova responded to Marta's request and agreed to help.
I had a dream. I saw a dead man repeating, "I'll take them all."
So it's her late husband, Victor, and it seems he wants to take the children too.
I'm not sure about it.
Then who is that? A clock fell off the wall by itself. When I looked at it, its hands were moving backward. That seemed utterly strange.
It's a sign. I see the spirit again. He's in a suit and white shirt, holding something, like a set of keys or medallions on chains.
But who is he? A vision. A dark room, and a woman's hand is drawing a pentagram on a mirror.
Is that Marta?
Who are you? I can't see her clearly. Men pay with their lives for her love.
What?
3 deaths.
But where do we search for the answer?
The psychics and Marta arrange a meeting in the city center.
Hello.
Hello?
I've been waiting for you.
I sense darkness around you. And hands on your neck. They're choking you.
Something has been choking me every night.
I saw a man's hands choking Marta. But who was it? I couldn't see.
You dream of a complete family. A mom, a dad, and kids.
That's true.
Suddenly, I had a strange vision. A coffin with a young woman. People surrounded her. Probably her family. And a man stood there. He looked at the woman in the coffin. He loved her, and he was crying.
Was it Marta in the coffin?
I didn't see her face, I don't know, but her hair was fair. Just like yours, Marta.
Marta, do you currently have a man you love?
Yes.
Marta says she met a man not long ago, but she's even afraid to let him get close to her family, lest he become the next victim.
I worry that he might become the next victim.
Unless you become the next victim.
Yes.
But where is the danger to Marta and her children coming from? Could it really be from her late husband?
Do you have his photo?
On my phone.
I decided to look into the situation through fire. I felt the answer was in Marta's past. Victor. Just a moment. He was very romantic. At first, there were gifts and flowers. He loved you so much.
He was 15 years older. He replaced me a father, since I grew up without a father, and was my husband, friend, and confidant. He treated me very well.
And he became a true father to your daughter.
It turned out that when Marta met Victor, she already had a little daughter from her previous partner.
Marta and her first man's life soured because he didn't want the baby.
Yes.
Marta dated her daughter's future father since high school and became pregnant when she was 19. However, her boyfriend said he was too young and didn't want a baby.
I told him that no matter how hard it was, I would raise her.
At 20, the young woman found herself alone with a baby in her arms. Marta's mother occasionally worked abroad, and so her grandmother helped her with the baby.
I felt that when Marta met her second husband, he won her over with care, attention, and boundless love. That's what she lacked in her first marriage.
I felt drawn to him.
Victor noticed the young beauty in a cafe where she worked as a bartender. From then on, he visited her every day. Marta says he asked her out for their first date with her daughter, who wasn't event 3 years old then.
He loved my daughter a lot.
A few months later, Victor proposed to her, and soon Marta became pregnant again. Victor already had an adult son from his first marriage, but when he found out they were having a baby together, he was overjoyed.
However, over time, Victor's love was clouded by unfounded jealousy. But could he be haunting the woman from the other world?
Suddenly, I saw a car accident on the road. I see children in the car. Your husband is behind the wheel. And the car, it's like it's possessed. It spins wildly.
Yes, we were driving to the village. The car started spinning, but I managed to hold the children. We were all terrified.
The family survived by a miracle. But why did the clairvoyant sense that accident?
The accident was orchestrated by a supernatural force that was hunting the family even before Victor's death. It wasn't his spirit seeking revenge. He, too, became a victim of that supernatural force. And that force was the man I saw, the one with the pendulums.
Marta barely holds back tears. She says the psychics have lifted a weight off her soul.
I feel a lot better.
Marta's husband didn't cause these tragedies. Instead, he tried to warn her, her daughter, and their son about the impending danger.
But if her late husband only appeared to Marta in her dreams, who was the stranger she and her daughter saw in reality? And why is he haunting the family?
I decided to tune in to the spirit of the man with the pendulums, who, according to what I sensed, was responsible for the threat. And I saw a strange picture, like a series of photographs. I see a couple, a man and a woman holding hands. The woman is crying, but I sense that their relationship is being torn apart by a third person.
To avoid being influenced by the energy of the location where they contacted the spirit of Marta's late husband, the psychics move a bit further away.
The spirit with the pendulums comes to take something or someone. Then I heard a clock ticking. Quiet. Where is the clock?
There's no clock anywhere here.
What?
It was coming from here. We heard a clock chime. Ding ding. But where's the clock? There are no clocks nearby.
At that moment, I saw the ghost of the strange dead man again. I asked him who he was and what he wanted from Marta, but the spirit only showed me a picture. It was like a painting. I saw a bed. A woman lay in it, sick and pale, as if she was dying. I had no idea what it meant. Who was this woman? But Marta seemed to know the answer.
Mom.
Your mom?
Yes.
What happened?
She was sick. She couldn't walk, talk, or understand anything. The doctors said she had brain inflammation.
Meningitis.
Marta says her entire family was terrified when her mother suddenly fell seriously ill not so long ago.
Her eyes were like mirrors when she looked at you. She didn't understand what was going on around her. She even had hallucinations.
The disease was so severe that the woman nearly died. Doctors went to great lengths to save her life.
But now she's all right.
Yes.
It was because of what she did.
Yes.
What did your mom do?
Magic. Does your mother practice magic?
She used to. Not anymore.
I saw Marta's mother flipping through magic books, lighting candles, laying out cards, and using other magical attributes.
She bought those books, White and Black Magic. She had tarot cards. She would tell people's fortunes with them.
According to Marta, her mother turned to magic many years ago. Marta remembers her doing strange rituals since she was little.
She would light candles, perform some rituals, and even go to the cemetery at night. It was strange and wild for me.
And you tried to take her away from there. You realized it was
dangerous.
Yes, that she would be punished for it.
I feared the entire family would be punished for that.
It took Marta and her grandmother a long time to convince her mother to stop practicing magic, as they both knew it was a dangerous and frightening thing, and the consequences could be unexpected and terrible. The grandmother even burned several magic books her daughter used.
The cover had the word magic on it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't let her do that.
We told her she shouldn't do those things because there were different pentagrams at that book and those tarot cards. No matter what Grandma did, Mom would always buy a new deck.
The woman never cared what her family said, claiming she was born for magic.
She always said she loved doing those magical things. We always told her, "Don't do this because you don't know where you're sticking your nose and what could happen." "What do you know?" "I know what I'm doing," she would answer.
So perhaps your mother did something with magic. I think I saw her in a vision before the investigation.
The woman didn't turn to magic for no reason.
What's your mother's name?
Maria.
She dedicated her life to finding the man she loved through magic. I'm sorry, but here. She didn't pay as much attention to you as you pay to your children now.
Yes, I lacked love.
Like an orphan.
First, Mom would often go abroad, trading something. She was always absent.
Marta only saw her father once at the age of 20, and her mother rarely appeared in her life, as she was always working abroad or living with yet another man in another city. She left her daughter with her mother and sister, who was also raising her son alone. The girl always felt like a burden to her aunt.
She always said, "I'm obliged to put up with you, so you'll do what I tell you." I didn't have a childhood. I didn't have the family I've always dreamed of.
Marta's aunt was outraged at her carefree sister for leaving her daughter with her, and she took it out on her niece.
She treated me as an outcast in the family.
What did your mom say?
I told her, "Mom, I can't live there anymore," but she told me to wait and be patient until everything was okay.
There was a feeling that the mother simply didn't need her daughter, as the woman was always solving only her own problems.
Yes, this is true.
Since she practiced spiritism, is it possible that she summoned the force that is now killing the family?
The man with the pendulums, probably she did it. She once made pendulums, putting rings on threads.
Marta recalls her mother make the magical attribute, using her own rings.
Maybe she summoned the entity with that pendulum. And now that entity won't let our family live in peace.
Where is your mother now?
She's home.
Could we talk to her?
Absolutely.
I'd like to talk to that woman.
At first, Marta's mother, Maria, was reluctant to talk to the psychics, but she eventually agreed. The clairvoyants meet her near the building where she lives.
A spirit is threatening your family. Marta told us you used to practice magic.
Used to? I still practice it.
You still practice it?
But Marta didn't like that.
She simply didn't understand me. She didn't understand me as a mother because I always defended her. She found herself a man.
Do you mean Victor?
Yes. He did things that were just awful. And I sense it. It was me who sent him to the cemetery.
To the other world.
The woman's confession stunned us. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. What we learned next was simply shocking.
The continuation of the shocking investigation. Why is the terrible ghost with a pendulum haunting the young woman? The psychics will uncover a shocking love secret. In the previous episode, 35-year-old Marta Konovalova from Ukraine sought the help of Olena Kurilova and Jana Shulikova, claiming a murderous ghost is haunting her and her 2 children.
I walked into the room and saw a black silhouette in the corner. It scared me to death.
A black silhouette, about 1.8 meters tall. I didn't see his face.
After each encounter with the man from the other side, the family members face mortal danger. Marta was nearly hit by a truck.
Had I taken just one step, I wouldn't be here now.
Soon afterward, Marta's daughter injured her arm badly.
She injured it so badly that her wrist was completely dislocated.
And her 13-year-old son was paralyzed after a slip and fall accident at a supermarket.
He spent 2 days in the intensive care. They said he had a brain hemorrhage from the impact, and it could have been fatal.
Marta thought her late husband, Victor, was trying to kill her and her family. The ghost they see in their apartment looks very much like him.
I saw him in a suit and white shirt, just like he was buried. I got goosebumps.
However, upon investigation, the psychics sensed the ghost was not Marta's deceased husband.
He too became a victim of that supernatural force.
Then who is the man threatening the woman and her children?
I see the spirit again. He's in a suit and white shirt, holding something like a set of keys or medallions on chains.
Why is the mysterious spirit hunting Marta's family? During the investigation, Jana Shulikova kept having strange visions of a young couple.
A strange picture, like a series of photographs. I see a couple, a man and a woman, holding hands. The woman is crying, but I sense that their relationship is being torn apart by a third person.
When she tuned into the malevolent entity, Olena Kurilova had a vision of a terrifying ritual.
A dark room and a woman's hand is drawing a pentagram on a mirror.
It turned out that Marta's mother, Maria, practiced magic.
Is it possible that she summoned the force that is now killing the family?
The psychics met the woman, who made a shocking confession related to her daughter's deceased husband.
I always defended her. She found herself a man.
Do you mean Victor?
Yes, he did things that were just awful, and I sense it. It was me who sent him to the cemetery. There are many things that I don't want her to even know.
Did you work with a mirror?
I did.
What did you use to draw the pentagrams?
My own blood.
My goodness.
I opened portals.
Did you summon spirits?
Yes.
I see that all your magic was aimed at finding a husband as your first love ended in heartbreak.
Yes.
The man abandoned you pregnant.
Yes.
He simply turned his back and left.
He said he already had a woman he was planning to marry. Mom raised me on her own.
I understood that the woman had read books full of absurd ritual recipes and decided she was a great sorceress. But it's not a game.
1, 2, 3. 3 dead men. They're all your men.
Marta says she was always shocked to learn of the death of her yet another stepfather. One was a victim of a street fight, another committed suicide, and the third died of pancreatic cancer.
Mom never had long-lasting relationships. They would die. Then she'd find another man, live with him for a while, and he'd die too.
We immediately thought that the woman might have summoned the spirit with pendulums, who killed her 3 husbands, her son-in-law, and then started hunting Marta.
Men pay with their lives for her love. Your magic turned against you.
Perhaps the woman herself suffered because of her magic, as a few months ago she fell ill with a severe form of meningitis. She was bedridden for a long time and only survived by a miracle.
But the cards showed me that the killer spirit appeared not because of her magic. She had nothing to do with her son-in-law's death. And I sensed the dead man with the pendulums attached himself to the family because he needed something from them.
The psychics say goodbye to Marta's mother and proceed with the investigation, trying to find the reason why the man's ghost is haunting the family.
You know, tuning into him, I see a picture. It's like a painting. It's a wedding. The bride's eyes are filled with tears.
Give me your hand. I sense an old house. Your family is connected to it.
Yes, we have a house. My great-grandfather and great-grandmother were from Poland. The whole family used to live in that house. Now, it's our summer cottage.
It turned out Marta had already witnessed the ghost and a strange shadow in the country house several times.
My daughter Irina has also seen it many times. She said she would never stay in that house alone, no matter what.
During her most recent visit, Marta noticed the eerie shadow again and decided to record it on video.
Look at the wall.
A shadow.
That's him.
The man with the pendulums?
That's him. Oh. This sound.
What do you hear?
A clock.
A clock ticking all around us. And then I realized that the ghost I kept seeing wasn't holding medallions or pendulums. They were pocket watches. The spirit was holding watches on chains.
It really does look like a pendulum. That's why every appearance of the spirit was connected to clocks and watches. Quiet. Is there a clock anywhere here?
There's no clock in here.
The answer was buried underground, and soon we found it. But at that moment, we had to figure out who the spirit with the watches was. And then Marta told us something really astonishing.
My great-grandfather was a watchmaker. He repaired pocket watches like these. We heard ticking all the time in the house.
He started repairing watches back in Poland, in Przemysl.
After moving from Poland to Ukraine, the man became a renowned watchmaker.
His entire room was filled with watches. He had a collection of those old watches on chains.
What was his name?
Mikhailo.
The murderous spirit has watches in his hands. And if he's bound to that house, we need to go there. As soon as we entered the yard, I noticed someone watching us. It was him, the spirit with the watches. He keeps coming here, and he even leaves traces.
Once I came here, the grass was parted, as if someone had walked through it.
He wants something from here.
As soon as we entered the room, I felt a sudden weakness. I couldn't catch my breath.
All right, hold up.
What was it? Could it be a simple power outage?
It felt like the lights went out for a reason. That ghost was close by.
Marta says that strange things happen with the electricity in this house, even though the wiring was recently replaced during renovations.
Yes, he's here.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Do you see what's going on here?
I see an image again. It's like a photograph. The same young man and woman I saw before. The man stands by her, embracing and kissing her. But it feels like their relationship was destroyed, like the girl's life was cut short. Who are those people? What does it have to do with the watchmaker's spirit? And what does Marta's family have to do with this all? The cards say that it wasn't the ghost of her grandfather that Marta saw. It's not his spirit that the family keeps seeing.
It's not even funny.
I'm scared and feel a chill.
And then I suddenly heard a whisper. It was the voice of Marta's great-grandfather. He told me, the cause is in the antique watch.
Your great-grandpa had many watches, didn't he?
Yes.
Where are they now?
The watches. During the renovation, the workers put them all in a pile somewhere. I don't know where they put them.
Marta says that after her great-grandfather's death, some watches were thrown away, while relatives took others.
One of the great-grandfather's antique watches held a secret. We needed to find the watch as soon as possible.
It's somewhere here. My senses led me outside. The man's voice said the watch was where the water was. No, not here.
Could it be where the rainwater drains?
Where does it drain?
Here and there.
The watch stopped.
Search where the watch stopped. Seek there.
Underground? Give me a knife or something.
I can bring a shovel.
The earth was hard and it was difficult to dig.
My heart's thumping. What did you find?
Look.
A watch. I see a chain. It's a watch.
Oh my god.
I was shocked. It apparently spent a lot of time buried underground. But how did it get there?
It could be an evil charm.
Give me a handkerchief.
Is it your great-grandfather's?
He had lots of such watches. He had plenty of pocket watches.
Maybe when they were taking the things out, it fell here?
Let's check it. It's not a curse.
But the ghost is coming back here because of this watch specifically.
But why would he need it?
You know what I see? There was a lid that covered the dial. And on the lid, I made out a picture. A young man watches a girl walking by. It was like love at first sight. I saw them earlier today. They are the same couple I've seen in all the pictures. It felt like the watch was part of a collection. And the images I saw throughout the investigation seemed to be the designs on the lids of antique watches. There were 7 of them. And they were somehow connected to the girl whom the man loved during his lifetime.
But why was this watch here? There were these strange sounds coming from the roof. It was just terrifying.
I see him. The spirit with the pocket watches in his hands. Exactly like the one we found, was standing in front of me. He was tall and thin, and had a good-looking, handsome face. The man was around 40, and he was wearing a dark suit and a white shirt like those from the past. I asked the spirit who he was and why he was haunting Marta and her family. He said, I asked them not to sell it.
Did someone sell this watch to someone else? Maybe to my grandfather?
It's his watch. He made a series, a collection of watches. There are 6 more. He was a watchmaker, like your grandfather.
The cards revealed that the man depicted himself and the girl, the love of his life, on those watches.
He says, this is the story of my tragic love for Anna. He showed me these pictures so I could see and feel his love. Each watch depicted a fragment of their tragic relationship. The young man first sets eyes on the young beauty. Their meeting and first date. The girl tells him that her parents are giving her in marriage to a wealthy man. The bride's tears at her wedding to another man, and soon after, her illness and death. Many years have passed since the girl's death. He finds himself in dire straits. He goes to sell his collection of watches to a jeweler, asking him not to sell it and saying he'll buy it back. It's my memory and the memory of my love. But he was deceived. The jeweler sells the watches and he sells them to different people.
And he's now searching for his watches, right?
Yes. His spirit is visiting everyone who has one of those watches, trying to reclaim the only thing left from his love.
After the investigation, our journalists began searching for the information to confirm or refute the psychic's words. They discovered that the psychics had sensed real events that took place a century ago, linked to a famous jeweler, Boris Granovsky.
In 1916, a stranger approached the jeweler with a collection of pocket watches in an antique style. Under each lid, there were pictures painted with enamel. He asked for 35 rubles. And at that time, you could buy a small house for 30 rubles.
The jeweler quickly sold the watches to wealthy customers who could afford such valuable items. However, those who purchased them seemingly faced misfortune.
4 of the buyers unexpectedly went bankrupt. 1 shot himself in the head. 3 others died suddenly. Another was robbed and murdered, and the 7th simply disappeared without a trace. The jeweler himself emigrated abroad, and his fate remains unknown.
Nobody knows what happened to the watches or where they are now, but what does Marta's family have to do with this? How did one of the 7 watches from the collection end up with her great-grandfather?
Someone brought it to him to repair.
Mom told me the story. A young man brought the watch. It had no lid, and he couldn't find one anywhere.
And he left the watch and never came back. He suddenly passed away, and the watch remained with the great-grandfather. The spirit isn't here to harm Marta's family. He wants his watch back. But his each appearance brings mortal danger to those he encounters.
Why does the man want those watches? If he's dead, he should have met his woman in the afterlife.
No. They didn't meet because he seems to have given an oath.
Until he finds them all, right?
He vowed during his lifetime to return all those watches, as they were his life. And he didn't fulfill his vow.
It was an unfinished mission for the watchmaker. And spirits with unfinished missions cannot pass into the afterlife. He won't meet the woman he loves until he finds all the 7 watches.
This is the last one, and the spirit won't stop until he takes back this watch. But this is very dangerous for Marta and her family.
But how do we end it?
There's only one way to give the ghost what belongs to him. It's through the cemetery.
We needed to find a grave with the same name as the girl the man loved.
Marta says that her great-grandmother, who had the same name, Anna, is buried in the local cemetery.
I read the incantation to contact the spirit and return him the 7th watch.
Take what you want and leave us alone.
He accepted it.
I felt warmth. It felt like a release.
Through the fire, I opened a portal so that the watchmaker's spirit could depart.
Suddenly, I saw the image of a young girl and I understood that she was the watchmaker's sweetheart. She was waiting for him, whom she loved during her life and still loved beyond the grave.
I'm so grateful